We wanted to be smart. Losing DJ Foster late in the week in practice put us in a bind, and we wanted to make sure Dave only played if we really needed him.
He played 3 snaps, then down the rest of the game. Did he re-aggravate the ankle?
No, we were just being smart. It was a need-based deal, and Chase needed to be spelled, but we wanted to make sure that Dave came out of there clean for later on in the season.
If Chase didn't have the game he did, maybe he struggled. Would David?
No, we would have just kept, going with Chase.
What did you make of the game that he had, Chase?
Just awesome. He was fired up. Played college right down the road, FCS school, and then to come back and do that. What a great story. He works as hard as anybody in our building. Great attitude, great effort, every rep he takes, and it's just hard work pays off, and it's cool to see.
Did you tell during the week at all that he was?
Yeah, he had that eye of the tiger. There's no doubt. He had some extra juice, and even before the game, I could tell him bouncing around he was going to have a day.
Last possession after you guys stopped him on 4th down, what was your thinking there? What was your first goal?
To score a touchdown. Yeah, and it didn't work out. I had a couple bad play calls that just didn't work out. So I don't have an answer for you other than I called some bad plays.
Did the rain kind of change your play calling?
No question. I don't know if y'all could tell, but it was coming down and never stopped. And we're a precision passing team, and that was kind of out the window. And I think both teams struggled with that a little bit, but somehow found a way.
Were you at all surprised that Pat went for that 4th and 15, that little sequence there?
No, I think he probably has his analytics as the same way we do, and I think it probably popped up that, hey, if you, just like kind of happened, if you don't get it, get the ball back, and at least you have a chance down 6 to go win it. And so I think he was playing the odds.
Chandler Jones was not ranked among the NFL top 100 players before the season. When you see him week in, week out, does that amaze you?
Yeah, I don't know how that would happen because, like I've told you all along, he was there every single day of OTAs, all-season training, with his position coach, trying to get better, trying to improve his game, and it shows. If he's not in there, I think we need a revote.
Why is he so effective with those stats?
Those long arms, I think he gets there when the quarterback doesn't really feel his presence, but he can still get there with that reach, and he's just relentless. You see he plays that way for 4 quarters every single snap, and that's hard on an offensive line.
As those guys were, we just mentioned, I guess you don't win if you don't get a sack from Suggs, maybe even Brooks and Patrick doing his thing. There was enough guys that really made big, at least even if it was just one play for you.
No question. The entire defense. And Vance called an incredible game. It helps having one of the best corners to ever play the game back. We kind of survived a little bit through the first part of the season without having that guy, and you could see the difference he made on the field today. Just having his presence and the confidence to call certain defenses when he's out there.
What do you think of his sack off the edge?
He got there in a hurry. He's a playmaker, and I thought it was a brilliant call by Vance, and a heck of a play by Pat.
That'd be an unexpected play where he's such a good cover corner that teams aren't really accounting for him on the blitz.
I think so. You don't see a ton of corner blitzes in this league, and what a great time to call it, and got the ball out, and gave us a chance to win it.
Last week,
that Chandler and Pat had on the entire defense the whole game.
It was huge, their performance, but it was obviously a group effort. Like we made mention, everybody was playing hard, and they have some very talented playmakers on that team. The quarterback's a really good player, running back's one of the best in the game, tight end, receivers, and our guys battled all day.
you said last week after Chase had just one touch in the second half, you had to get him more chances because of Davis' injury. He obviously had that today, but moving forward after a game like this, do you have to remind yourself that this guy has to have a certain number of touches per game? He's so dynamic.
There's a bunch of guys that need more touches, offensively. I felt like our receivers weren't able to get involved as much as we would have liked because of the weather. But, yeah, Chase and David are both great backs. They complement each other well, and they're both going to get the ball a bunch.
His performance, obviously not big numbers.
I thought it was awesome. He protected the football, and that won us the game. 0 turnovers for him. That was our deal. It was hard to throw it, like I said, so there weren't a ton of that going on, but protected it well, led the team well, got us into some good checks, and won the game, which in this weather, for a rookie quarterback on the road, that's huge.
Chase's touchdown runs were all looked like they were waltzes pretty much, and how good was the offensive line? How good were those holes for him?
It was a thing of beauty, really, when you look at the film. I think going back, Coach Cooler does a phenomenal job scheming some of that stuff up, and then the O-line, they've gotten better each week.
Was the third touchdown run the same as the first when you pulled Pugh and Shipley?
It's very similar, very similar.
What goes through your head
I should have told him not to step out. You know, it was a bad play call, and I didn't even give him a heads up, like, hey, make sure you stay in bounds if it's not there. So that was on me.
I know you weren't here 3 years ago, but it's been that long since this team had won 3 in a row. It's 500. Does that mean anything to you? What does that mean?
Once again, just fired up for the guys that have been here and been through some tougher seasons, and they all know what's been said about this team, and started out have some tough losses. They stuck together and continue to fight, continue to get better, and we know we got a long way to go, but there's great leadership in that locker room.